All right, guys. Today we are going to be reacting to Andrew Humble's Feminist, who claimed women are oppressed. Jump in.
Anai here is a feminist, and she wanted to have a back and forth with you before you. He's only going to be 10 minutes.
11, and you want to talk about women's issues right now at 11 o'clock.
That's exactly what I want to do.
I mean, it's 2 o'clock for me.
Yeah, Andrew's game. So.
Oh, Andrew needs to go to sleep.
Oh, you can't. Don't weasel your way out of this one.
He needs to wake up tomorrow and take to school. It's Monday.
He's only going to talk for. You guys will only have an exchange for 5-10 minutes. Then he's going to leave.
And I homeschool.
Oh, see, then he has to be the whole principal. And
so
this is a busy day tomorrow.
Well, to just get to the point here, one of the back and forths we've had is we had disagreements on female oppression, women's oppression.
What?
Is your position the same?
He's cooked, bro.
I don't even remember what I said.
Into the mic.
I don't even remember what I said 2 years ago. What did I say?
You said essentially, you said that women are oppressed.
Yeah.
Yes. Although you changed it to you're like 50-50 on it now. You wrote both yes and no, whatever.
I don't know. I'm tired. Dude.
In any case, you said women are oppressed. I asked you how, and you didn't really. Would you care to? You've had 2 years to figure it out. Do you want to provide?
Well,
evidence of.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of shit that has happened that has made women oppressed. Like we couldn't even have a bank account. What?
Women.
Can I talk? Can I speak?
It is women.
We haven't.
It is women.
I can't.
Okay, go ahead. It's okay if you keep talking.
English isn't my first language, and I'm from California.
I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
How is that even? I'm from California. That means I can be dumb. I don't
Seem like you have any trouble with the plural version of other words. Just that one.
It's a California accent, dude. I don't know.
I'm from California. I'm going to tell you right now. Nobody that I know in California says woman instead of women unless they're women in the localized Santa Barbara area. That's the only time I hear this.
It's fucked up. Yeah.
Okay, dude.
So okay, back to this. So, how are women oppressed?
Well, we couldn't even have freaking bank accounts until
that's right there.
50 years ago or something. We were literally tied into marriage.
Sure. Before I have Andrew jump in on that, what else? Bank accounts.
Bank accounts. We couldn't vote. Literally, men were freaking marrying children. Impregnating 15-year-olds. I don't know. There's a lot of crap, dude. I can't.
But you didn't live through none of that. So how they oppressing your town?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds all that sounds like basically male oppression to me.
What?
So
male oppression.
It sounds like male oppression. So, yeah, you couldn't have bank accounts, but you couldn't have debt. There's no debt, so women weren't responsible for any form of debt. So only their husbands took their debt on. So if you went to a department store, for instance, and you ran up all of your husband's credit on the credit cards,
I was about to say that.
He was responsible for the.
And there was a lot of movies like that too in the 70s, where the wife had like 5 credit cards. In the 80s, I think it was 5 credit cards. She's just swiping credit cards. And there's still some couples like that, especially in Long Island, in New York. There are some couples they're like that. Like she doesn't work, she doesn't do anything. She just have her husband's credit cards, bro. No debt. She just spend. It's crazy, yeah.
Debt that was incurred even if you were divorced, for instance. And if you went into a marriage and you had your own money, right, and you had your own land and things like this, the husband was not entitled to any of that, but you were entitled to his.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that is true that there's an extension where women weren't allowed to have bank accounts, but it's because they weren't allowed to go into debt. They didn't allow women to go into debt. They didn't think that debtor's prison, which was a thing that men had to deal with and not women, they didn't think that it was appropriate to throw women in jail. So instead, they incurred all the debt on the husband. Yeah, that was definitely male oppression. I agree with that.
And then women were seen as property, and then we didn't have rights over
women
bodies.
can't defend property. So because women can't defend property, they have to rely on men to defend property. That's why the thought process was not to give women property. But women often did own properties willed down from their parents. So the thing is that when you entered into matrimony with a man, that is true that if he accrued property, he was responsible for its maintenance and any of the debt that was incurred with the property, and not the woman. But the woman could hold property as a namesake from her own family. And guess what? She also could rack up enormous amounts of debt, could never be applied to debtor's prison. She could never go to debtor's prison. Only the men could.
But isn't all these laws or like the rules created by men? So didn't they just put that on themselves?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
didn't men say women should stay home?
So wait,
Man,
so
go to the
the
leaders.
thing is that
Yeah,
men
so what is
took
it
care
men
of you
question?
so well and made sure that you had zero responsibility in society and all the entitlement, man bad. Makes sense to me.
So men was
But we had no way out. Like, women's
Out of
only
what?
way.
Out of what?
What is it, like, what is it that you want? Like,
Not
do you
every-
think- do
it
you
was-
think it's a bad
but
deal to be able
back
to go
then,
rack up
it was-
enormous amounts of debt on someone else's account? Like, what's so terrible about that?
But back then, it's like all that was like expected of women was get married and pop out babies,
Yeah,
and
but
it's
that's-
like
That's because that's what we are here for, right? Now if you start understanding society, right? All people, they rely on the younger people to keep their retirement. Make sure they get help, innovation. Make sure that they can live longer. With new ideas. You do have a duty in society when you start thinking about it, guys. You do. But the fact that they're not even thinking about it took me years to even get to this point. So I cannot imagine them. I cannot even imagine them whether or not they will get to that point. Insane.
not everybody wants to be a freaking birthing machine.
Wow, look at that.
Oh,
like-
a birthing machine.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I mean, you have some greater duty than to have kids. I'm guessing you're going to go on and cure cancer, or perhaps what do you think, Bangs, in 20 years, your biggest accomplishment in this world will be, absent motherhood? I'm just out of blanket curiosity. What do you think it'll be?
World dominance.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I want to take over the world.
Here's what your biggest accomplishment will be.
You don't
Nothing.
know it?
You'll
You don't
be a
know it
cog-
right now?
You'll be a cog in a wheel, and you'll be a 9-to-5er, a cog in a wheel. There will be no great accomplishment that comes from Bangs other than a legacy. You could leave a legacy behind. And
Okay.
such a legacy requires you having children.
You don't know it yet, but you're going to be polishing my shoes in the near future.
Yeah.
You are.
Whatever.
You are. I'm gonna take over the world, and you are gonna be the first person I capture. No, actually, you know what?
I'll make a deal.
I have a better idea for
Go on a
you.
treadmill.
No, you're gonna be the little. I'm gonna make you wear the little Joker costume, and then I'm gonna call you over, and then you're gonna have to do little dances for me and skits.
Well, you got about 90 pounds left before you're Harley
my
Quinn.
God.
So
You're crazy, dude.
If we can get back into the topic, that would be fantastic. I'm just curious what you actually think your biggest accomplishment in this world is going to be, absent children. What do you think it's actually going to be?
I already told you world dominance. I don't know what.
Oh, okay, got it. Troll dominance.
Troll
You can't even do troll dominance
dominance.
correctly, let alone
What do you
world
want me to
dominance.
do? It's because, dude, I can't take you seriously. Like, you're just such an angry guy. It's like,
Everything
I
is
don't know.
everything is anger.
'Cause you're
based,
just
it's all.
angry, it's
Me
like-
asking you pointed questions and you being completely unable to answer them, and anyway, getting.
I don't know what I want to do. I want to accomplish a lot of things. I want to accomplish a lot of things. I'm going back to school. I just
Yeah,
finished.
what are you
and
going?
I'm
What do you
going
think
back.
you're actually going to accomplish?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Things have so many things change it. Like my expectations for
Okay,
the
what is
year
your
are
goal to
different.
accomplish?
What?
What is your goal then? To accomplish what?
I don't know. I wanna be
You don't
proud of
know.
myself. I want to
You
be
don't know,
proud.
but you want to conquer. You want to conquer the world, but you don't know. You don't know, guys. But you want to conquer the world. I mean, at some point, guys. At some point, these things had to just kick in, man. And for females, I'm gonna say this: you guys have to figure out this early than guys. You have to. You have to. For us, by nature, we need to just get hit, so we can, prolong this game a little longer. But for you guys, by 18 and 25, you need to figure out this game. Otherwise, you have to just buy a dog and die alone, kind of thing. You see what I'm saying?
Proud of myself. I want to make the people around me proud.
So no goal.
What's wrong with
for,
that?
For what you want to accomplish.
I-
can't tell me what you even.
Because I don't know, dude.
And yet, for some reason, those baby-making machines, those women who create babies, which is the highest and most valuable virtue in society, the thing in which men and women both will give their lives for, that is just a little too much out of your vein, right? That is female oppression. It's like, no, that's That's true female liberation, is the ability for you to birth children, especially in your 20s, and be able to stay at home and take care of them. That's actually women's liberation, true women's liberation.
That's crazy.
Actual oppression is for you to say that a woman who does that is a birthing machine. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
I never said woman. Who?
You did say birthing.
But I didn't say it in that context, and I will repeat myself in the context that I did say. I said that back then, all that was expected of women was to pop out kids and basically be a birthing machine.
Yeah, what higher virtue could they have had than that? What?
Yeah, you see, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That was all that was expected. That was all that was expected.
Because they were,
I don't know, because they had limitations. They had limitations. They had no.
Gosh, she's dumb as a rock, bro. What is a higher virtue than that? She's just talking about something else. That's what she's toxic, bro. That she's toxic. They need to be right.
They didn't even have a chance. They didn't even have a chance to.
A chance to do what?
To fucking succeed on their own without a man and without having a family. And now you're mad because women finally have the chance to survive off without men.
But they still don't.
They didn't have a chance.
They do.
Didn't have a chance.
How?
They didn't have a chance to do what? To succeed. To succeed at what?
wait, they were like, couldn't they just not work back then? Like they were not allowed to work.
No, they always work, but they were moms. They always have works. Waitresses were, they were waitresses, they were nurses, they were, working in farm. They always worked. But it makes sense for you working full time until you're 45 when you have a family, guys. It doesn't make sense.
Like, what is she talking about?
But that was created by men.
Exactly.
No,
that's what I'm trying to say.
No, listen, you got it all wrong. Women were the ones who pushed for suffrage, not men. Men didn't push for women's suffrage. Women went berserko. They wanted suffrage. They wanted the right to vote. They wanted the right to be in the political experience. The women who were against it, they said, don't do this. Okay? And by the way, they overwhelmingly, women would actually vote away their right to vote. They did. That's what they did. Everywhere it was put on the docket for women to actually have the right to vote, and they were able to vote on it, they voted it down. That's why they had to make it a decision at the federal level. So the thing is like, no, the anti-suffragettes, the people who were against women voting, the women themselves said, we have the moral high ground. Right now, we're well taken care of. We don't want to go fight in wars. We don't want to get blown to pieces. We don't want to have the responsibility of voting to send men to war. In wars, we will never be able to fight or have to fight.
And that's the most scary one. Female, and I don't think they want equality. If they want equality, let's say that a female becomes president of the United States. If equality was true, that means that your entire cabinet, even all the way down to the military, should be majority female. And if you declare war, you should send only females or 95% of female to war. So see, that's not equality, guys. What they want is the power with zero responsibility. And I'm not for that. I'm not for that, man. I'm not for that. I don't care if Candace Owens or a lot of these females. I'm not voting for that, bro. I'm not voting for a female, man. It's a slippery slope, and I'm tired of slippery slopes, man. The alphabet mafia was a slippery slope. A lot of these things, the legalizing drug is another slippery slope, because you're not getting rid of the addiction, guys. Yeah, okay, you're legalizing drugs, but at the same time, you're not getting. People are still gonna commit crimes, guys, because it's addiction. Addiction is a problem. Addiction is the problem. PORN, addiction as well, legalized, right? Or illegal. Like, no, man, I'm tired of that, man. I'm for creating a better society. And a better society requires us to just take accountability, man. And I'm not gonna just go to that. I'm not gonna simply vote for, a lady. No, I'm not gonna do that.
They didn't want the responsibility of that, and they shouldn't have to have it. They have the best place in society ever, which is none of the responsibility and all the perks. Now you have all the responsibility, right? And your mental health, not doing so great.
I wish we can revote.
Not doing so great. Drug levels, not doing so great. Promiscuous levels, not doing so great. Child out of wedlock, not doing so great. You really fucked yourselves on that one, I gotta tell you.
Damn.
I agree.
But you know what? You can have a fucking credit card now. Isn't that based? Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Thank God you could have a credit card, Biggs, and we wouldn't want to stop you from succeeding at that thing you don't know what you want other than having kids. I would never want to stop you from doing whatever that thing is that you don't know.
Period. Thank you.
Also, I mean, also on the credit card thing and the bank thing, there actually wasn't a law precluding women from having these things. These were like at the individual bank level determinations, which still, I mean, you can still certainly make an argument that that's like on a corporate level that is still discriminatory towards women, but there was no law actually preventing them.
Yeah.
And actually, women did have bank accounts.
Yeah, well, and not only that, but here's the other thing to think about, which is that right now, if I could wave a wand, I'd make it so that nobody had credit cards, not just women. That the debt cycle has been awful for everybody in the United States, and that women were exempt from that, and it's crushing on men and women's souls to have such a burden put on them. But at
Pay for money that you never had it before, you know?
least before, men were taking that responsibility. Women didn't even have to deal with it. And now the major complaint for oppression in history is that, oh, gee, we didn't put the crushing weight of debt on your shoulders. It's like, what a bunch of terrible bastards those men were.
Yeah.
You got anything? Anaí?
No.
She's about to cry. She's about to cry, bro. She's about to cry, man. He destroyed her so bad, she's about to cry.
Well, with that, Bangs, it was nice talking to you, actually, and I hope you have a good evening.
Yeah, he destroyed her right there at the end, man. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.